It's estimated that more than 10 million adults in the U.S. suffer from some sort of phobia. That includes our next guest. And while most of us consider butterflies beautiful, the flying creatures make Tom shudder in disgust. So we set him up with celebrity hypnotist Richard Barker to see if he can work some magic.
I'm a photographer. I do a little bit of anything. I've been doing weddings for a long time. What I've noticed is there are these trends that sort of come and go. Rice is the old standard. Nobody does that anymore. And then there were birds. Lately, there's this sort of new trend where people are releasing live butterflies at their wedding. This becomes a problem for me because I personally am terrified of butterflies. If I see a butterfly, I get tense. My heart starts to run. Sometimes I get clammy. I'm getting clammy right now just talking about it. I know that they're not going to bite me because they don't do that. But it's an irrational, core feeling. I'm not as afraid of moths. They look different. I really can't explain it. Something about the wings and the way they move. I don't know when this happened. It's just been a whole life sort of thing. I've been able to avoid it my whole life, but now it's become a problem. The first time I had to deal with butterfly at a wedding, I was assigned to go take the pictures of the butterfly. They come in a little envelope, and I tried really hard. I picked up the envelope. When I opened it, he came out. And that's it. He flew away, and we were done. When the bride and groom came out and the wedding party released the butterflies, I was hiding in the trees on the other side of the building. It's a job I wouldn't take if I knew about it ahead of time. And they pay lots of money for these pictures. I don't want this irrational fear to get in the way of my job, and I'm willing to try just about anything to get it.
The way I conduct hypnosis is I'm going to be asking you to wear noise-cancelling headphones.
Okay.
What you're going to receive on this headset is biorhythmic music, softened in the background. Now from this point forward, anytime I tap you just right there on the head, whatever message I give you from this point forward is a permanent fixture in your life. You're here today to influence, to change the fears you have towards butterflies. Just imagine yourself as an 8-year-old right now. Tell me, what kind of things would you be doing and where would you be?
Playing in the yard at my house.
What do you see?
Oh, lots of trees, lots of azaleas.
What about the bees, the insects, the butterflies?
I pet the bees.
You pet the bees.
They're soft if you pet them. They're on the flowers.
Fast forward real quick to 10 years old right now. Did you pet the bees at 10?
No.
What about butterflies?
No.
Tell me what changed.
I got stung in my finger.
How did that make you feel?
Everybody made fun of me. It was stupid to get stung by a bee because you were touching it.
I want to let you know from this point forward, you won't have any more fear of butterflies or bees or any issues surrounding insects. Understand, if ever you're surrounded by butterflies, it'll just simply have no effect on you. In fact, the next time you see a butterfly, you'll see how majestic and how beautiful they actually are. Now, in a few moments, I'm going to count from 1 up to 5. When I do reach 5, all hypnotic suggestions will remain permanent. And on 5, eyes open, wide awake.
After an intense hypnosis session, we sent Tom out with Richard to see if his fear of butterflies had flown away.
If at any time you feel any level of anxiety, just let me know. This is one of the largest, or if not the largest, butterfly enclosure on the West Coast.
Wow.
Okay. Take a good look around.
Honestly, it's not too bad because you're not swarming.
All we have here is just a few... Well, you can just hold that for a second.
Oh, wow.
There's one right there. Give me a hand. There you go.
Oh, wow.
See that? Beautiful.
Oh, wow. It's beautiful. Oh, well. I'm really just relaxed right now. Now my heart's not, my chest doesn't hurt. I'm not clammy. Come on. Wow.
Maybe.
The colors on that flower.
Yeah, it's
that
phenomenal.
butterfly is just incredible. God, look at the color. Seriously, the photographer in me is like screaming. Let me see. Oh, but he doesn't want me now. Now they're afraid of me.
Tom joins us with hypnotist Richard Barker, the author of Selling Hypnotically. They're both with us, and I want to ask you, Tom, after all that, have things changed?
Absolutely. When we showed up at the vivarium where the butterflies were, it was just a completely different experience. There was no stress, no anxiety. I wanted to get my camera out.
Well, so it was almost the opposite.
Yeah.
You saw them as beautiful creatures rather than fearsome ones.
Right.
So Richard, tell us about the session. I know you mentioned it was a little bit challenging. Tell us why.
Yeah, you know, information gets revealed as you're actually in the session. So I didn't know the root cause of the issue that was creating the abnormal reaction to the butterflies. So the bee sting on the finger came out, not any issue surrounding butterflies during the session. So it was an association issue. The anxiety of the butterflies and the bees were sort of combined. So during a hypnotic session, I'm regressing them back to the point of the first memory of the issue and then addressing that particular scene.
So how long can he expect these results to last?
So the sort of methodology behind it is once you've gone into the subconscious mind, we have a phrase, you know, the subconscious mind accepts the truth and the truth only. It cannot lie to itself, whereas the critical mind can. So once I make that significant change in the programming of that mind to react a certain way, it's permanent.
And who's a candidate for this type of therapy?
Somebody that really has that burning issue that wants to resolve something about their life, then they would make a good candidate. I have a saying that, you know, if you have something controlling your life instead of your life being controlled by yourself, you should seek out a hypnotist.
And so you've had the treatment, Tom. I'm curious if you're up for one more test backstage.
Absolutely.
Well, Tom and Richard, we're going to do a little field trip, okay? It's not going to be very far. So, gentlemen, if you will, this way.
All right.
We're going to go find some butterflies. All right, Tom, so what we have here is sort of a final test. This is your final exam. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I will lead the way. Well,
wow.
As you can see,
That's
we've
incredible.
created a little, as you said, vivarium. Tom, you have the honors.
Just watch that step.
Yeah.
Richard?
Oh, God. Oh, these are great.
Congratulations.
Well, this one's staying with me, apparently.
And, you know, we've done this all under controlled conditions. We have a butterfly wrangler standing by to collect the butterflies, and we're going to make sure that they're released naturally into. Well, thank you.
Richard, I'm curious if he could share some tips for our viewers at home about hypnosis techniques and maybe how they could apply these for their own concerns.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the techniques that we use is visualization. So focusing on a fixed point.
There we go.
And then when you focus on that fixed point, regulate, concentrate on your breathing, take deep breaths in, close your eyes, relax. And then any anxieties, worries, or troubles you have, you know, and you're feeling any anxiety, you just breathe them out. So as you breathe in the anxiety, and as you breathe out, push the aches, the pains, the worries and troubles away, and then just give yourself positive reinforcement and positive affirmations, which is nothing more than self-hypnosis.
Well, Richard, you've taken Tom to a whole, he's now the butterfly whisperer.
Yes.
They come to him and they love him and he loves them. This is
Seems very animated, very excited and liberated, which I love.
Congrats to you,
personally.
Tom. Richard, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And as Dr. Orden alluded to, those butterflies will now be released back into their natural habitat.